Uhuru Kenyatta's presidency is coming to an end in 2022. But what next for central Kenya and the larger Mount Kenya region? That's the question which most Kenyans are currently asking. But there are two undisputable facts that we must also agree to. Fact number one is that it's going to be very difficult for someone from central Kenya or the larger Mount Kenya region to be elected the next president of the Republic of Kenya in 2022 or even in 2027. It's going to be extremely difficult. But because of their numbers, they are likely to produce the next deputy president of the Republic of Kenya. And if the constitution is going to be changed, they are likely to produce the next prime minister of the Republic of Kenya. And that will be President Uhuru Kenyatta himself. So that's a fact. Fact number two is that the people of central Kenya and the larger Mount Kenya region have tasted power before. So they understand how power is sweet. So they tasted power during Mzee Jomo Kenyatta's rule and again lost it for close to 24 years. So they understand what losing power means. And they regained that power during Kibaki era and retained it during President Uhuru Kenyatta's time. So they understand what losing power means and what having that power means, which means the people of central Kenya and the larger Mount Kenya region are already plotting on how to remain in power. And I've studied the events of the past few days and weeks, and something is convincing me that central Kenya is settling on Peter Kenneth as the next successor to President Uhuru Kenyatta. So if the president is going to be the prime minister, then Peter Kenneth is going to be positioned for the future presidency of the Republic of Kenya. And if the constitution is not going to be changed and Uhuru is going to go to Gatundu, Peter Kenneth is likely to become the next deputy president of the Republic of Kenya because of their numbers and because of the fact that almost all presidential candidates are eyeing the central Kenya and the larger Mount Kenya region votes. So today I want us to look at why I strongly believe that central Kenya is preparing or have already accepted Peter Kenneth. But before we do that, if you are watching this video for the first time, I want you to take a second or two and click the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this one, you get notified. Now back to the main issue. Why do I strongly believe that central Kenya has actually agreed or settled on Peter Kenneth? Now let's dive into real politics. For those who follow the politics of this country, two events have happened in central Kenya. And these two events have actually affected or influenced the succession politics in the larger Mount Kenya region. The first event was the sacking of Mwangi Kiunjuri from the cabinet by President Uhuru Kenyatta. And then the second major political event is the appointment of Amos Kimunya as the majority leader at the National Assembly. And I want to explain those two events. Let's begin with the sacking of Mwangi Kiunjuri. Why was Mwangi Kiunjuri fired from the cabinet? I want you to answer that question before we proceed. Why do you think Mwangi Kiunjuri was fired from the cabinet? Answer to that is very simple. Mwangi Kiunjuri was fired from the cabinet because of one political mistake. Mwangi Kiunjuri was supporting the deputy president William Samoei Ruto. And why was that a political mistake? It was a political mistake because the deputy president was purporting to organize and to plan and plot the politics in central Kenya and the larger Mount Kenya region. So Mwangi Kiunjuri was positioning himself as this potential running mate to the deputy president. So he had to go. Now let us look at the people who are possible successor to President Uhuru Kenyatta before Mwangi Kiunjuri was fired. There was the Mwangi Kiunjuri himself. Mwangi Kiunjuri was a darling of the president. And in fact, the president himself asked him not to run for the gubernatorial seat. But he committed the mistake of plotting to succeed himself by working with the deputy president. So where is Mwangi Kiunjuri today? If you ask me, Mwangi Kiunjuri has been finished, politically speaking. Because after being sacked, he formed a political party. And after forming that political party, Mwangi Kiunjuri launched that political party. But where is that political party today? Does it have even impact? Zero. So as we speak today, Mwangi Kiunjuri is down politically. I don't know whether it's going to rise. Who else? The second person is Peter Kenneth. When Mwangi Kiunjuri was kicked out, President Uhuru Kenyatta appointed Peter Kenneth to replace him at the Ministry of Agriculture. And most people believed, and me personally, and I'm going to put that video in the description section, believed strongly that Peter Kenneth was destined to succeed President Uhuru Kenyatta. But then the locust happened, and Peter Kenneth failed terribly. And as things stand today, I'm convinced that Peter Kenneth is now keen more on becoming the next Meru governor again. And that's why he's concentrating in Meru region. So he has failed, and he has actually failed President Uhuru Kenyatta. Then who else was a potential successor to Uhuru Kenyatta? There was Moses Kuria. But Moses Kuria was also committing the same political mistake Mwangi Kiunjuri was committing, of working with the deputy president to plan the politics of central Kenya, not allowing the president to do that. So today, Moses Kuria is just a noise maker, just making noise on Facebook and on Twitter. Politically, Moses Kuria is zero. He can't succeed Uhuru Kenyatta in central Kenya. Then who else? We had Anne Waiguru. But Anne Waiguru, what happened to Anne Waiguru? The Kirinyaga impeachment dented Anne Waiguru completely. So today, instead of focusing on the national politics, Anne Waiguru is focusing on the politics in Kirinyaga. Remember, when Anne Waiguru was elected by the people of Kirinyaga, the entire Central was so happy that finally they had someone who was going to deputize the deputy president, William Samoei Ruto. Because Anne Waiguru was close to President Uhuru Kenyatta, and people believed strongly that was the direction the politics of Mount Kenya region was going to take. Being a woman and being a close ally of the both the deputy president and President Uhuru Kenyatta. Today, Anne Waiguru, I don't think she will be able to rise. And I've inquired Anne Waiguru, if elections were to be held today in Kirinyaga, her chances of not making it are so high. Then who else? After Anne Waiguru, there was the Cabinet Secretary for Health, Mutahi Kagwe. And he joined the ministry at the right time, at a very sad time also. But he started by issuing well-coordinated communications because he's a communications expert. And people loved the way he began managing the crisis which the country was facing. But today, there's scandal after scandal in the Ministry of Health. So he has also just gone down like that. And then there was even the talk of Kanini Kega. So where is Kanini Kega today? Because at some point, the president was propping up Kanini Kega, sending him to events and the rest. But where is Kanini Kega today? I don't know. And the other guy is Peter Kenneth, who is the subject of this discussion. So who is being discussed in central Kenya today? Peter Kenneth. Peter Kenneth is being discussed. And that takes us to the second political event, which is the appointment of Amos Kimunya as the majority leader at the National Assembly. That appointment was political. Because if you ask me, there was no value Amos Kimunya was going to add to President Uhuru Kenyatta than Aden Duale. In fact, today in Parliament, you can feel the absence of Aden Duale whenever Amos Kimunya is speaking. And where was Amos Kimunya before? And how is this appointment of Amos Kimunya related to the succession politics in central Kenya? Let's get down to politics. Before Amos Kimunya was appointed as the majority leader at the National Assembly, who was the senior most political leader from central Kenya in Parliament and at the Senate? Nobody. It was everybody for everybody, apart from Susan Kihika. But Susan Kihika was not even interested in being the next kingpin from central Kenya or from the larger Mount Kenya region. So that's why there was Moses Kuria just talking and running El Raskelta. That's why there was the talk when the president sent Kanini Kega that he is being groomed. That's why in Parliament, outside Parliament, people are talking of Anne Waiguru. But the moment President Uhuru Kenyatta settled on Amos Kimunya as the majority leader, he automatically became the senior most politician from central Kenya after the president and probably after the speaker. So today, if the president has an event in central Kenya, the president, the person who will speak, will be Speaker Amos Kimunya, the president. Just that simple. So what the president did by that appointment was to sort out or to prop up someone as the political face of central Kenya. But immediately Amos Kimunya was appointed, something also very interesting happened. Amos Kimunya, together with other key political players from central Kenya and the larger Mount Kenya region, held a meeting at Pan-Africa Hotel. This meeting was attended, amongst others, by the Meru governor, Kireutu Murungi. It was attended by Peter Kenneth. It was attended by Justin Muturi, the Speaker of the National Assembly. It was attended by the Senator for Kirinyaga, Kibiru Charles. And in that meeting, these guys claimed that they were actually meeting to do a simple thing, to have lunch, to celebrate the appointment of Amos Kimunya. And I remember asking myself a simple question. Is Amos Kimunya the first person from central Kenya to be appointed by President Uhuru Kenyatta to be celebrated? So many appointments had happened before. And immediately that meeting took place. None other than the Murang'a Senator, Uhuru Kenyatta, who is also the majority whip appointed by President Uhuru Kenyatta at the Senate, made noise. And according to Irungu by that time, he made a tweet which he later on deleted. And in that tweet, Uhuru Kenyatta was claiming that there are certain people who want to succeed President Uhuru Kenyatta while the president was still alive. And why am I saying that the central Kenya has finally settled on Peter Kenneth? Very simple. The same Uhuru Kenyatta finally made a statement over the weekend.
A figure that is known in Western region, Nyanza, Eastern Coast. So this is a face that we would not shy of.
We are saying the president, once he reconstitutes his cabinet, let him consider one of us, that is Peter Kenneth. We are rallying behind him. We know he can do a good job.
And in his statement, Uhuru Kenyatta supported Peter Kenneth as the next successor to President Uhuru Kenyatta. Who gave him that instruction? If he opposed it. Remember, this is a guy who was made the Senate majority leader by the majority whip by the president. Then we have another person who was made the majority leader at the National Assembly by the president. We had the speaker and we had Peter Kenneth. Now all these guys supporting Peter Kenneth. What does that tell you? It tells you clearly that the Central Kenya have finally settled on Peter Kenneth. And if not the entire Central Kenya, then the system, President Uhuru Kenyatta's team, have settled on Peter Kenneth. And why Peter Kenneth? 3 or 4 reasons. Number 1, Peter Kenneth has a track record in development. When he was the member of parliament for Gatanga, Kenyans really praised Peter Kenneth for being one of the most hardworking MPs who delivered when CDF had just been introduced. And he made change to Gatanga. And because of that, selling Peter Kenneth is not going to be a difficult task for those people. So that's number 1. Number 2, Peter Kenneth is acceptable nationally. He has a national appeal. In fact, when Peter Kenneth contested for the presidency, so many Kenyans embraced his bid. But because we are in a tribal nation and people vote according to tribal lines, that's why Peter Kenneth got less votes than the people who are following on Facebook. I think he was being followed on Facebook by around 500,000. He ended up getting 300,000 votes. But Peter Kenneth is acceptable. If you ask anybody, he will tell you that there's no reason why he can't vote for Peter Kenneth. You can't say that of Moses Kuria. You can't say that of Anne Waiguru. You can't even say that of Peter Munya. So the people of Central Kenya have realized that this guy is actually acceptable to Kenyans. And lastly, Peter Kenneth is not that divisive. The politics in Central Kenya today and the larger Mount Kenya region is based on pro-Ruto and pro-Uhuru. Peter Kenneth, you can't say whether he's pro-Uhuru or whether he's pro-Ruto. But one thing is very clear, that Peter Kenneth is being very strategic. The other day, he met with Musalia Mudavadi. Is there a chance that he's planning, he has started selling himself or raising his profile? Because by meeting Mudavadi, the conclusion is that he can be running mate to Musalia Mudavadi. So which means Raila Odinga can now rush to him and tell him, no, don't go there. We have the numbers, we only need the Kikuyu votes. So it means William Ruto can now go to Peter Kenneth and tell Peter Kenneth, wewe kuja. And because it's not divisive, again in Central Kenya, the 2 factions can easily embrace Peter Kenneth as their successor. I don't know what you think, but I've studied this politics very keenly. I think President Uhuru Kenyatta has settled on Peter Kenneth as his successor in Central Kenya and the larger Mount Kenya region. So whether Peter Kenneth is going to take advantage of that and propel himself properly is something which is going to depend purely on his efforts. But the signals have been sent. There is no way Uhuru Kenyatta, who was appointed by the president after kicking out allies of the Ruto president, can endorse him without authority. There is no way Amos Kimunya can endorse him without authority. There is no way he can have lunch with that strong team, which I did a video about, without the authority of the president. I don't know what you think, but just as usual, that's my take. And if you're watching this video for the first time, I want you to take a second or 2 and click the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, you automatically get notified by YouTube. And again, I want to thank you guys. Just like the request I always make on this platform, please help me create interactions. How do you do that? Give the video a thumbs up, drop your comment, and the best one is just share this video to your platform. I've again done this video at night. I don't know about the quality, and I think it's not very bad. Thank you guys, and please may you enjoy your day.